What if your most powerful AI assistant forgot everything you told it every single morning? That's not a hypothetical. It's the fundamental challenge at the heart of enterprise AI today. Large language models are stateless prediction engines. Without external orchestration, even the most capable model is operationally rudderless. We call this the stateless intelligence paradox. Think of it like hiring the world's most gifted intern. Photographic memory, superhuman speed, instant execution. But every morning they wake up with no memory of yesterday's work. Without a robust procedural framework, that intelligence is directionless. Many organizations try to solve this with what's known as the God prompt, a monolithic system prompt stuffed with every rule, every protocol, every edge case. It sounds logical. It fails spectacularly. Context window overload, noisy instructions, a maintenance nightmare, and inconsistent output across teams. The path forward requires solving three things in sequence: intelligence, context, and procedure. The first key insight is separating declarative from procedural knowledge. Declarative knowledge is the what: facts, states, architecture. Procedural knowledge is the how: sequences, workflows, methods. An AI with only declarative knowledge is like someone who has memorized a cookbook but never entered a kitchen. They can list every ingredient, but they've never operated your oven or followed your team's standards. Competence requires both, and that's exactly what the Agentic Skills Framework delivers. The semantic foundation comes from a context engine. Rather than storing literal text, it uses vector embeddings to understand code behavior. It maps relationships across entire distributed architectures. It indexes Git history to understand not just what code does, but why decisions were made. And through the Model Context Protocol, the USB port of AI tools, any compatible agent can plug directly into this semantic map. But even great context isn't enough without the right loading strategy. That's where progressive disclosure architecture comes in. Think of it as lazy loading for AI cognition. At level 1, only skill metadata is loaded at session start, roughly 50 to 100 tokens, lean and inexpensive. At level 2, the full skill loads only when triggered. At level 3, supplementary files like API schemas or security checklists are loaded on demand. A deployment skill never interferes with a UI debugging session. Context stays clean. Costs stay low. This brings us to the heart of the framework, the agentic skill itself. A skill is a modular package of procedural knowledge, stored as a structured directory. At its core is a skill.md file with a precise trigger description that prevents false activations. Ordered phases encode the workflow step by step. And critically, gates, mandatory human-in-the-loop checkpoints where the AI must pause before taking irreversible actions. The cognitive engine powering all of this is the react loop, reason plus act. Rather than guessing, the agent cycles through planning and observation. It reasons about what needs to happen. It acts, it observes the result, and it reasons again. This is what makes autonomous operation reliable, not reckless. The results are striking. In live comparative testing, a structured review skill found 11 issues versus 3 found without it. It identified 3 critical security vulnerabilities that went completely undetected otherwise: SQL injection points, hard-coded keys, race conditions. Overall accuracy reached 110% compared to a human expert. The skill found more because it never gets tired. It never skips a checklist item. Consistent execution beats human fatigue every time. The business case is equally compelling. A one-time 4-hour investment to encode a deployment skill yields 30 minutes of savings per developer, per deployment. For a team of 5 deploying 10 times a week, the skill pays for itself in less than 7 days. More importantly, it democratizes seniority. The institutional knowledge held by your lead engineers, the gotchas, the edge cases, the unwritten rules, gets encoded into skills that every developer on the team can leverage immediately. This is the transition from tribal knowledge to institutional infrastructure. Skills don't forget, skills don't vary, skills don't get tired. And as agents gain the ability to execute bash commands and modify files, governance matters. The OWASP Agentic Skills. Top 10 highlights the risks of overprivileged access and malicious skill injection. Gates are our primary defense, forcing the agent to pause before points of no return, ensuring humans retain ultimate authority while AI handles the complexity of execution. The Agentic AI Skills Framework isn't just a better way to prompt, it's a new category of engineering discipline: modular, scalable, auditable, and ready for the enterprise. The question isn't whether your organization will adopt agentic AI. It's whether you'll build the procedural infrastructure to make it work.